not to shame a brand, but to shame a brand. The Volkswagen Group, Porsche, Audi, which obviously has a large stable of cars with a great following, the Thing, the VW Bug, obviously the microbus, and if anybody remembers back in the day, the Audi Quattro itself, which was probably the most, and I say between that and maybe a handful of rally cars, probably one of the most sought after cars in both rallying and when it came out as the added Quattro on the actual road going version. All-wheel drive,
Yep.
turbocharged. This thing was horsepower. This thing was fun, and it is still lauded in the annals of, I guess, legendary cars, right? So someone decided to rebadge one, make it electric, and call it the ELegend. And just by taking a look at this thing, first off, this comes from Car and Driver. It's from way back in June, but there was stuff that I wanted to see progress with this because being a huge fan of the Audi Quattro itself and the design and the way that this thing looks, it is stellar. I only have one complaint. The complaint that I have is that front bumper should be color coded without those little black side dabs going on the side where it's recessed. However, if you take a look at what this thing's got under the hood, it's got, first of all, weighs in 3,704 pounds, which is pretty light for an EV. Got a range of 249 miles. Unfortunately, it doesn't make the magic 250, but for the money you're going to be paying for this car, you're not going to care because it's got a 90 kilowatt hour battery. 805 horsepower. It's front and rear wheel drive. Goes 0 to 62 miles an hour in 2.8 seconds, right? And on top of that, goes 0 to 124 in 10 seconds and tops out at 158 miles an hour. Basically putting it squarely as a competitor to Taycan Turbo and the Audi e-tron. There's one small issue with this, though. It's $1.5 million.
Yeah. Yeah, that was gonna be the thing I said. I said everything on this page I like. I kind of like this. I don't want to pigeonhole it, but the kind of the cyberpunk feel of the car. It looks attractive. I like the design.
Yeah.
Obviously, design is subjective. If you don't like it, that's obviously it could be the case. But I mean, the car looks nice. The performance looks good. It's the continuation of kind of the Quattro heritage of all-wheel drive. Yeah, I like it. But then you go down and it's pretty much strictly European market, and then bam, 1.3 million. So it's like,
I mean, and I'm rolling the video right now from them showing the old Audi Quattro and just the eLegend as it stands in its own. Nice that they showed the old Lancia, which is pretty cool. And look, it's going to be interesting to see what they actually do with this thing. There's a lot of hype around it because they did pre-sell some of these things, which is great for them, right? They've got a lot of great pictures of this thing on their website. It is phenomenal. The interior speaks to absolutely how beautiful and clean a design can be in today's modern EV vehicles. This is bar none, performance orientated. You're getting top dollar for what you got. And this isn't vaporware because it exists.
Yeah,
so that's the other cool part. This is not something where you'd be sitting around going, well, I wonder. No, it's not going to be I wonder. It exists. It's there. They've got this thing ready to rock, and they're taking orders. Please, someone give me $1.5 million so I can go out and buy this thing.
Yep, they say it's capable of the 150 kilowatt fast charging system as well. Although I don't know if you said this already, but while it is quite expensive, they say they're only planning 30 units. So it's going to be pretty rare. I'll look forward to the videos online of people experiencing it, but yeah, I mean that's going to be pretty rare to see one anywhere, probably.
So you're saying it's time for me to break out my Jeremy Clarkson's voice and say, some may say. So some of the attributes that they actually have on their website here, they talk about the four-wheel drive powertrain here, the 600 kilowatts. There's the 0 to 100, which they're talking about kilometers, and 2.8 seconds, and the max speed of 255 kilometers. Obviously, this is all designed for the German marketplace. And it looks like it's got the full suite and accoutrement of safety design as well. A 3-way adjustable performance suspension, which is pretty amazing. Frunk and trunk, which they threw in there. So that's pretty cool. And as part of their e-technology, this is directly from their website again, 90 kilowatt battery. So, and again, the fast charging Corey already mentioned. And now here's one that's interesting. Racetrack suitable, aimed at target 2 laps at the Nürburgring without derating. Okay, So that puts us in an exclusive conversation in and of itself that if you could get this thing on the Nürburgring, and they're saying you're guaranteed 2 laps without this thing falling off in performance.
Yeah, just
Wow.
flat out for 2 laps.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that is pretty cool. So this is something here. I wish that I could just literally scroll down, leave my name, address, say that I'm not a robot, and pre-order the damn thing. But you know what? I'm shy on just about $1.5 million.
Just about the whole price tag.
That's just about just about the whole thing. So, but hey,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gorgeous. We look forward to seeing more from these guys because they do have a couple other things that I'm understanding. That Lancia that they showed early on is not a something that they're throwing out there. It's obviously something that they've got up their sleeve, and good for them. So hey, like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see what this thing can do in the real world. But this kind of puts Audi to shame because their e-tron should have paid more homage to the Quattro. And anything that wears the Quattro name, sorry, Audi, you kind of, somebody just kind of showed you your freaking lunch. So,
I mean, yeah, it's arguably a different market because of that price tag.
sure.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, still.
side by,
But I mean, even just the design though, I mean,
that's
yeah.
pretty. That's pretty. All right. So we